Oh, it's a pig! Welcome to the Lake Erie Kayak Anglers Podcast, the podcast designed to make you a better angler. I'm Chuck Earls with LakeErieKayakFishing.com. Today we have Brian Tighe joining us from the Cleveland Fishing Company. How you doing today, Brian?
I'm good. Thanks for having me, Chuck. Looking forward to it.
Thanks for joining us today. So before we get started and kind of dive into what the Cleveland Fishing Company is and all the different things that you're involved with, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, kind of where you got started, how you got started fishing, and maybe some people that inspired you along the way.
Sure. Yeah. So I'm, born and raised in Cleveland. Grew up in South Euclid. Bounced around a bunch of ponds in the area, bass fishing. Probably started off at fishing for bluegill, moved up to bass, and I just remember being a little boy fishing almost every single day for bass. And then when I got a little bit older, my girlfriend in high school, now my wife, bought me a fly rod. And I was kind of like, that's a silly way to catch fish. I don't know if I'll ever use it, but okay. Next thing you know, I found myself in the backyard practicing fly casting and haven't put one down since. So, my passion for fishing morphed into steelhead fishing in the spring and the fall and through the winter. And that's probably where you'll see me most of the time on the water.
So tell me, when did you start the Cleveland Fishing Company? And tell me a little bit about what the inspiration was.
Sure. So it's kind of funny. It was right around the time I visited my brother out in Colorado, and we were fishing the frying pan and on the Roaring Fork, and everywhere you go it says gold medal waters. And don't get me wrong, it was beautiful fishing out there, but you could really target only one species. And I just kept thinking about home and how lucky we are in Cleveland to be able to fish for so many different species and so many different techniques and ways to fish. So that kind of planted that seed in my head. And then, I think it was later that year, I was back at Case Western Reserve in business school, and our professor, we had a project. It was start a business. And, I've always been obsessed with fishing, and I wanted to do something fishing related. And it was kind of that thought that sparked in my head about fishing out in Colorado and how great our fisheries are in Cleveland. And really nobody knows that. So I thought, maybe I could make a fishing company that lets people know about Cleveland and the awesome fisheries that we have. So that's really the genesis of Cleveland Fishing Company. It was kind of cool to, start the brand as a class project. And by the time we submitted our final paper and business plan, we already had a couple $1,000s in sales. And people were really excited about what we were creating.
That's awesome. That's the first time that I've heard a business story come from actually the classroom, and that's, in my opinion, that's probably one of the best projects they can make you do is, hey, start your own business. I mean, that's the best way to learn. And it's amazing how far it's came.
Oh, absolutely. It was a great, great project. And, typical business school, everybody's got these fantastical ideas of, populating Mars and, cures for cancer and all this, and they're going to make gazillions of dollars. And, I was proud of our business model because it was so practical and feasible, and it was a true need and want from the community. And it's never going to be a multi-gazillion dollar company, but we really do make an impact on our fisheries, and that's what's most important to me.
Yeah, I see a lot of the things that you guys do for the community. Mainly the contribution to the Cleveland Fishing Fund. I believe there's a percentage of the profits that you give at the end of the year or throughout the year to support the Cleveland Fishing Fund, which the Cleveland Fishing Fund is through the Cleveland Metro Parks, and that pays for, water access, cleaning stations, kids events, and all kinds of stuff like that. So it's really a great fund that they have.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, not to mention they're actively stocking some waters, and the big thing for us is teaching kids that next generation how to fish, and you know having them carry the torch, keep this keep fishing strong in Cleveland. Um, but yeah, if you buy any of our products, you'll always see, we always have a tag that says support our waters, percentage of profits to local conservation efforts. And that's in reference to our partnership with Cleveland Metro Parks. Um, we want when people buy our products, we want them to know that, and when they wear it, that they're actively supporting the waters that they fish on. So it's been a great partnership with the Cleveland Metro Parks. We give 5% of our gross profits to the fishing fund, and over the past couple of years, we've raised over $10,000 for them, and it's just been a great partnership, and really makes a difference in our community.
Yeah, we wouldn't have this world-class fishery and all the different facets if it wasn't like people like you contributing, and Michael Dirkolek and a lot of the other people that they pretty much live their lives for this world-class fishery that we have. And like you were saying, it's so important to teach and guide the future generation, because they're the ones that are taking over for us when we're done. So
Mm-hmm.
it's a great
Yeah,
way to keep it going in that
yeah,
direction.
if we could teach the next generation how to fish properly, and clean up after themselves, and be good sportsmen and sportswomen, um, there's no reason that we can't have this amazing fishery for many years to come.
Exactly. So tell me, what exactly is the your fish local?
Yeah. So, our Cleveland Fishing Company, being born and raised in Cleveland, we go to a lot of fishing events and marketplaces where we're selling our product. Um, and we would meet so many people from many different states saying, this is a really cool brand, but, I'm from Pittsburgh, or I'm from Buffalo. I'd buy that if it said uh, Columbus on it. So it got me thinking, it seems like people out there like our designs, but, maybe want to represent their city and where they're from when they're on the water. So the genesis of Fish Local came about from those interactions with people. So we started that brand, and under it, there's Pittsburgh Fishing Company, Buffalo Fishing Company, Detroit Fishing Company, to name a few. And really what it is just give anglers in those cities a brand to wear when they're on the waters, to be proud of where they're from. And it's definitely been a much more of a challenge not being from those cities, but we have great representatives and ambassadors in those cities that are helping us spread the word. Um, you know, you get some people saying, "Hey, wait, you guys aren't from here," and we're more local than some of the brands they're buying from. We're all from the Midwest, and trying to put the Midwest fisheries on the map, because they deservingly so should be on the map.
Right. Yeah, I love the idea. It's definitely a great way to promote your local fishery. Not everybody lives near Cleveland and gets to fish the Cleveland fishery like we do. So it's great to be able to expand, especially with your brand, and just get the idea out there. Have pride in your fishery, make an effort to make a difference, in your community, in your fishery, keep everything clean, teach the youth the right way, pick up your trash, don't harass the fish, in unethical ways and stuff like that. So it's really a good thing that you got going on. It's pretty exciting.
Yeah, it's been fun, and it's been a great vehicle for me to learn about the different fisheries in those respective cities, and making trips out there to fish, and it's fun, and most importantly, I've met a lot of amazing people through that process.
Yeah, I like to believe that fisheries only as good as the people in it.
No, absolutely, and that's I always go back to that on why I think Cleveland's got such an amazing fishery. It's our community of anglers is hands down um, the best in the world. The one thing I did not know from starting this company was just the extent and depth of this fishing community. Um, I've met people from so many that fish for so many different types of species, and I've learned so much about them. I always thought I knew a lot about fishing, but you know, this has humbled me. It really has. So there's a lot left to learn, and I look forward to it.
We will be back after the short break.
Today's podcast brought to you by Lake Erie KayakFishing.com. Come along with me and experience one of the best freshwater fisheries in the world while chasing monsters kayak fishing Lake Erie. We now return to the show.
You have a couple different tournaments or promotions that you guys do. One of the biggest ones that just ended was the Joe Thomas Steelhead Fishing Challenge. So tell me a little bit about that.
We like to have a lot of fun on our social media pages, and get have various different challenges throughout the year to highlight what's going on in that certain season. And we've linked up with Joe Thomas maybe 4 years ago to see who could catch the biggest steelhead, usually in the month of November. And it's got to be an Ohio steelhead. And Joe Thomas is the perfect judge for it. As many people know, he missed draft day when he was drafted by the Browns because he was fishing with his dad. And he's an avid outdoorsman, loves fishing. He absolutely loves seeing everybody's catches throughout the year. I mean, he personally goes through them all and, picks the winner. So it's just been a really fun competition. We have a really cool trophy. Actually, you might be able to see it in the background. It's it's a Browns painted replica autographed by Joe Thomas, and it's just a instant heirloom. It's whoever wins that trophy, can proudly display it in their fan cave, and they just make really cool trophies. So yeah, we love doing those types of challenges. We do the Josh Cribbs football challenge in the spring, who catch the biggest smallmouth bass. He's a great judge. He loves fishing himself. So, next step for us is to get these guys out on the water, and I think it's trending that way. So,
And both of those guys are great ambassadors to the sport and the community. I remember watching Josh Cribbs and Joe Thomas. I mean, those guys just have heart. They're not out there doing it for the money. They're doing it because they absolutely love the sport of football, just like we love the sport of fishing. I used to be a Browns fan, but back in the day, I was working 6 days a week, and Sunday was my only day off. So I had to make the decision: do I go fishing or do I watch sports? Well, I'd rather participate than watch. So,
I think the way the Browns have played the last couple decades, you made a pretty darn good decision.
There's another one that you have, the Gold, Silver, Bronze Challenge, and this one's a little bit challenging. I don't know what the numbers are as far as how many people have actually achieved the Gold, Silver, Bronze Challenge. But basically what it is, you got to catch 3 different species, right? You got to catch a walleye, which is the gold, steelhead, which is the silver, and then the smallmouth, which is the bronze, for their colors. And if you catch all 3 of those in one day, you get that really cool sticker recognition and something to be proud of.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, that's a fun one. Definitely our most challenging competition. It's year long. You could catch it at any point in the season, but you have to do it within 24 hours, catch all 3 of those species. And we just need photo proof of you in the photo, with each of your catches. Um, you know, probably wearing the same outfit. We kind of need that indicator to know you caught it all in one day. But people have been really respectful of that, and we've only sent out about less than 10 of those stickers. We probably have, might be 5 or 6 of them. So yeah, they're pretty coveted sticker to get, and if you see anybody driving with that on their car or on their boat or tackle box, that it's they're a pretty darn good angler to complete that competition.
Probably be a good idea to maybe wave them down to the side of the road, pick their brain a little bit.
Sure. Well, who knows? They might. Depends on the angler. Some people are stingy about their fishing techniques and spots. So,
right.
Good luck.
And with that being said, with the gold, silver, bronze, you don't have to catch it in the same area, right? Like you can catch maybe your walleye over here, jump in the car, head east or head west, and get into some steelhead. So you have that opportunity to kind of dial in the fishery and pick the best opportunities to achieve that.
Yep, that's correct. Yeah, you could bounce around. You could catch them in different bodies of water, different streams, different rivers. It's just got to be, the only constraint is it's got to be within 24 hours. So it's very hard. We've had a lot of 2 out of 3s. People will message us, be like, "Hey, I'm going for it tonight. I'll check in with them the next day, see how did it go." And they go, "Oh, I only got 1 species," or "To catfish count? No." So that's a very, very tough challenge, and it's fun when we see somebody able to complete it.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm still on the hunt for my gold, silver, bronze challenge sticker. Got plenty of opportunities where I had a walleye and a steelhead, or a walleye and a smallmouth. But getting all 3 of those at the same time, I mean, that's just a stellar day on the water.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And there's certain windows throughout the year that are probably more conducive to completing the challenge than others. Probably springtime's pretty good. Maybe late or in the fall. But it's a tough competition.
Yeah.
But good luck if you're trying to do it. I think it's a pretty amazing accomplishment if you can do it.
Yeah, for sure. And you get an awesome sticker. Do you have an example of what they look like?
Yes, I do. It's a clear sticker. It's got the gold flakes, the silver flakes, the bronze flakes on it. Let me see if I could get this one. Here, I'll put it on the back of this notebook. See if you can see that on there, but
Oh yeah, that's
it's just
pretty
on
cool.
the back. So you got your gold, silver, bronze, and pretty noticeable from afar if you see that sticker. So, and that's kind of the idea is, we want to let people know that that person was able to complete that challenge, and you're looking at a pretty darn good angler if they have it on there.
Right. One day, maybe this spring.
Yeah, one day it's a small group, very small group that has been able to complete that. So it's fun. I haven't been able to. I think on a lucky day I was 2 for 3. So it's always that one. It's hard. You catch steelhead and smallmouth all day long together, but you gotta pack up, hop in the boat, go catch a walleye. So it's, you really got to be dedicated to it and methodical and have a strategy in place to complete that challenge. It just doesn't happen, by accident. And you've got to be very intentional about it, very intentional, and be prepared and have all the gear ready to go. And, you got to be quick. Got to be quick. 24 hours seems like a lot of time, but not if you can't get that last one to bite.
Right. Yeah. So put together a kit. That way, if you have that opportunity, you just reach under your seat, in your glove box, in the back of your truck, and just grab those couple key presentations that's going to help you seal the deal, and get yourself one of these stickers. Speaking of stickers, you guys make all kinds of different decals, all kinds of different hats, shirts, stuff like that. You even do some joint promotions with some of the local artists. I know one of them is Zach Rorick, if I said that right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Zach Rorick. It's, we love collaborating with the Cleveland community. We've been working with Zach Rorick from the beginning. He's a talented young artist. He's got a very unique style and really cool design. And all we said to him was, "Hey, Zach, we want to work with you on highlighting the different species that Cleveland has to offer, as well as different landmarks you might see when you're fishing." So that's all we gave them was okay. We want a smallmouth design, and we want the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in the background. And then boom, he comes up with this beautiful sketch, and we go, "That's the one." Let's we've got a cool steelhead, and then you got one of the bridges on the Rocky River in the background. It's just people have been there. They've held a steelhead and looked up and saw that bridge right there. So it's cool to bring it to life. And Zach's just so talented, and he's been really fun to work with, and great guy. And he's an angler himself, so it just been all around fun project to work on. And our customers really like what we've come out with. And again, it's just about collaborating with the Cleveland community. We've done so many different projects. We talked a little bit about the Cleveland Metro Parks. Another fun project we did was with Platform Brewery. We've come out with different beers for anglers. We had our walleye whistle, which is a Pilsner. We do a Steelhead Stout this time of year. It's just a fun way to engage with our community of anglers and community of different businesses as well, and provide Cleveland anglers with much deserved products, and let them know we're thinking of them and that they're awesome.
Yeah, I think that's awesome. I know I get a little bit of a tingly feeling deep down inside every time I see something that reminds me of this world-class fishery that we're all fortunate enough to enjoy. So I think that's exciting. All the different avenues, it's almost like everywhere you look, there's a reminder of how lucky we are to be in this amazing fishery with all the amazing people.
No, absolutely. Yeah, and it's we're just humbled and honored to be a small part of it. I think everything we do is just a small drop in the bucket. We have plans to try to keep growing organically, and as long as we're encouraging people to get out there, fish the land, and do it the right way, that's our mission.
Right. And that's actually one of your taglines, fish the land.
Yeah, fish the land. Fish the land. If you know, you know. Well, I think a lot of people, whenever I wear my Cleveland Fishing Company gear outside of Cleveland, I get a lot of comments. Fish the land. What's that? It's kind of an oxymoron, but if you know Cleveland, it's just a really cool tagline, and I think people really enjoy it.
For sure.
And that's what we're all about, encouraging people to get out there and fish in Cleveland.
Right. Doesn't matter what species you want to target. I mean, walleye, steelhead, smallmouth, yellow perch, largemouth bass, even if you want to. There's sheephead, catfish, white bass, white perch.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, I'm missing.
Yeah, it's, as every species has its own different techniques, and we're not here to tell people the best way of fishing, or you have to be a fly fisherman, or spinning gear. Well, that's not what it's about. We don't care how you're fishing. Just do it right, do it legally, and have fun while you're out there. That's what it's all about.
Exactly. So what exciting plans do you have for 2023?
Yeah, so we always we're working on our new lineups for the respective seasons. We always have a spring, summer, fall launch, new products coming out. That's our biggest challenge. That's the most fun, but it's also our biggest challenge. If you go on our website, we've got a lot of designs that have been with us since day one, and we just can't, people they love them, and they want to keep buying them, and, we keep them in stock. But the other fun part of it is we want to come out with fresh new gear. So there's this tough balance of keeping the classic. So that's something we have on the horizon. We want to work with more individuals and companies in the Cleveland fishing community, whether that's a big corporation that could match our donations and efforts into the Cleveland fishing community. So we're actively looking, for some bigger corporations to get in on the fun and help us put spotlights on the Cleveland fishing community and help in financial ways. We'll continue to have a fun and interactive social media presence on our Instagram and Facebook pages. We'll continue to do the fun fishing challenges. So it's just, we're just going to continue to be, an active member of the community and first and foremost, having fun.
Yeah, that's the most important thing. Just go have fun.
Absolutely.
That's awesome. So tell me, where can people find you? How can they access your gear and follow your brand?
Yeah. So, all of our inventory you find at clevelandfishingco.com. If you're looking for a same day pickup, we don't have a brick and mortar store, but some of our retail partners include Backpacker Shop, Fin Feather Fur, all the Cleveland Metro Parks marinas, so they could help you guys out if you want to pick up same day. So that's where you could find all of our gear if you want to purchase. You can find us on Instagram and Facebook. Just look up Cleveland Fishing Co. And again, we love sharing, members of the community's catches and what they're getting into. And we've got a bunch of fun competitions. And, we try to have a fun, entertaining page that people can interact with and get a good glimpse into what Cleveland has to offer to the fishing community.
Right. And I will drop links to all of that, the website, the Facebook, the Instagram, all the social media opportunities in the description below.
Awesome. That'd be great.
Cool. Is there anything you want to talk about before we go?
No, I think we hit on most of it. Again, thanks for having me on this. It's fun always seeing you at a lot of the events, and we're fortunate to be next to each other at the last Steelhead Expo. So it's just a testament. You're a prime example of the Cleveland fishing community, and some of the amazing members that are a part of it. So thanks for having me on, and we'll have to get out on the water soon too.
Yeah, let me know. I'm ready. We can I could throw on a pair of waders. We can go out on the kayak even, or do both.
I love
Fishing's
it.
fishing.
I love it. Yeah, so that's the next thing we'll have to get on the books.
Sounds good.
Awesome.
All right, Brian. Thanks for coming on the show. I appreciate you. Keep doing the awesome work.
Thank you,
Everybody,
Chuck, I really appreciate it.
And everybody that's listening, make sure you head over to Facebook, Instagram, give the Cleveland Fishing Company a follow. Definitely head over to their website, clevelandfishingco.com, and check out all their awesome gear. Grab yourself some swag, grab yourself some decals, and do your part. Help support the Cleveland Fishing Company and Brian and the Cleveland Metro Parks and just the Lake Erie community.
Love it. Awesome. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, bro.
Hey, guys. Thanks for listening to the show. Don't forget to leave us a review and subscribe to our podcast on your favorite podcast listening app. We will see you on the next episode. And remember, for me, fishing is life.
Take care.